Okay, hello. First and foremost, if you're offended by swearing, this is not the video for you. Secondly, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are staying safe. I hope you all are staying sane. Though, God help us all, is all I'm gonna say. So, I filmed the same video inside while I was home alone, and I was still like whispering, and the second I get in the car, I'm like screaming. I love that change of energy. This is the only place that I get kind of privacy, and it's kind of hot in here actually, but whatever. I'm gonna keep this somewhat quick. I have just been seeing a lot of stuff recently. Of course, it is aimed for females. I'm not gonna get on the whole patriarchy kick because that could be a long rant and whatever. So a lot of things that are aimed for losing weight during quarantine, how to stay healthy during quarantine. And though I commend the effort, and though I don't think there's anything wrong with, trying new workouts or, really trying to get back on track during all this, what I'm seeing on especially like Instagram and stuff, people who are actually being very vulnerable and open, which I commend them because I think a lot of us are actually struggling with this, is staying on that track, right? And this is something that I feel like a lot of us struggled with even before the quarantine, so it's not anything, really new. And it's like, okay, why are you talking about this now? What I've noticed, I haven't been and I don't want to sound like really annoying when I say this, but I haven't been struggling too bad in terms of, I keep looking at it's my hands in the reflection. I'm like, what the fuck is moving? I haven't been struggling too bad in terms of food or in terms of working out and things like that. I've of course it's not something I really don't want to leave my bed, but that's just more of like a depression thing than it is anything like that. And I feel like a lot of us are going through depression and anxiety, which is, something that I've struggled with for years, but I've seen a lot of people who don't usually struggle with anxiety and depression who are now getting a taste of it. And it's like, yeah, like those of you who are saying just go for a fucking walk, does it cure your depression? How many walks have you fucking been on? Did it cure your depression? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It helps. It helps. I'm going for my walks. I haven't gone for my walk yet today, but I'm going to go on it after this. Going for my walks helps. Laying out helps. I've been laying out. My arms are actually a lot darker than my face because I wear SPF only on my face, which I never did before this, but I've been on a whole skincare kick, which doesn't make any sense. I should put SPF everywhere, but I just needed some color. Getting sunlight definitely helps. Getting fresh air definitely helps, but it doesn't eliminate the problem. And I think some of you are realizing that. Does it cure your anxiety going for a walk? It helps. It helps get your mind off things, but no, does it cure it? No. So those of you who say, I don't know why I went on that thing, but a lot of us, I keep saying a lot of us, but we're dealing with something that nobody's ever dealt before. I mean, even my grandparents never had to go through this, and they're in their late 70s or their early 70s. I don't know. They're older and they didn't have to go through a pandemic, it's unfamiliar territory for all of us. So it is completely natural and it is completely normal to not be on track, because I don't know if you've heard this or not, but there's no fucking track to be on. There's nothing. There's no normalcy right now. There's normal, but it's not permanent. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. When the uncertainty is astronomical right now, nothing is certain, nothing is real, it just feels like we're all living in the twilight zone. And to sit here and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do a 30-day cleanse. Like, if you're doing that, then great. Like, totally, like, supportive. Like, I'm not trying to bash anybody and even influencers and stuff like that who are trying to promote, like, at-home workouts and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to bash that at all. But I'm here to tell the percentage of people who just have no fucking motivation to do any of that shit. Whether you're at home, working from home, with your kids all day, trying to homeschool them, there's just so much more pressure right now that adding the pressure of having a perfect body or like losing weight or all that superficial shit right now, it just shouldn't be at the forefront. And I know that's hard to swallow because I feel like a lot of people who watch my videos, myself included, struggle with body image and struggle with, you know, always feeling guilty. I always feel guilty no matter how little I eat. If I'm not eating enough, then I feel guilty that I'm not eating enough, but then I feel like skinny, you know? And then if I'm eating too much, then I feel totally guilty and I feel like total sack of shit. So the bottom line is, once there is some sort of certainty and normalcy back into our lives, and absolutely, you know, maybe take time to find some workouts that you enjoy. Like, I found that I really love yoga, and it's not like a total calorie burner. Like, I don't feel like I would lose a ton of weight doing it, but it's a great workout just for me mentally, and I really enjoy it. It's something that I found during quarantine. You know, maybe you find that new recipes you like, new things like that, but I don't want anybody, and I want to let you guys know that it is okay not to be 100% all the time during this. Dieting or Weight Watchers, whatever it is, like, it's okay to have your off times. It's okay to have your off moments. And that's with any weight loss journey, quarantine or not. But especially right now, because I feel like beating yourself up about having a bag of chips or having an off day or whatever it is right now is just adding to this enormous amount of anxiety and fear, and that we already have. Like, I feel like all of us have this baseline anxiety and fear, and then there's a lot of women. Men are struggling with it too. I can't just say it's a woman problem, but you know, are struggling with this immense pressure to, now that we have all this extra time, why aren't I working out, or why aren't I, you know, eating better, or why aren't I meal planning or meal prepping or whatever. I hate meal prepping. I mean, if that's for you, that's for you, but eating leftovers all week is like my literal hell. I also don't like to cook, so that's really why I haven't been eating. I'm just lazy as fucking shit. But you know what? I think it's okay. And I'm not trying to justify bad behavior, but the process, and I'm speaking from experience, the process of breaking down those habits to build new ones takes years. It's taken me 2 or 3 years now. When did I start? 2018. So it's taken me about 2 years now to finally get into a place comfortable enough to have food in the house that I like. And I know that sounds crazy, but I have control over food now. And I know that might be annoying to hear right now because you might not have control over food, but that's what I'm trying to tell you, that it's okay, because breaking that habit and finding that control and finding that discipline takes years. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be, you know, one day it might be good and the next day it might be bad. And that's part of the process. It's part of the journey. That's part of, I hate saying journey now. I just feel like, even though it's in my fucking name, it's not in my actual name. It's in my, you know, online name, but that's really just what I wanted to come on here and say. And again, I'm not trying, you know, I'm sorry if I come across as trying to, you know, bash you if you are trying to get into shape. That's not my intention at all. And I commend you, and I think it's great. And I think if you're taking advantage of the time to work on yourself, that's great. But I know there's a ton of people who, even though they have the time, that energy is just not there. The motivation is just not there. And I'm here to tell you that it's completely normal. And I don't like seeing this whole trend of bashing ourselves for gaining a little bit of weight during this time. The weight will come off. The weight will come off, you know, and and if you felt like you were doing really well before, you were really doing really well with the gym, you were doing really well with eating, and then you were thrown into the situation and you're not handling it as well as you want to be, that's also okay, because uncertain territory, unlevel terrain or whatever it is, unmarked territory, that we're not, like, there's no track for right now. There's no fitness track to be on right now. That it doesn't exist. We're all just kind of floating around. And I know I said that, but it really breaks my heart when I see people, because I'm one of those people too that I get really upset because I'm like, I know what the fuck to do to lose weight. Why aren't I doing it? And it's just a really weird fucking time, and you don't need to hear that from me to know that. But, you know, I just wanted to come on here and say that, like, when this quarantine started, I was like, I'm gonna have all this extra time. I really want to make videos to help people. And then I fucking just, you know, I do my walks, I'll do my yoga, I'll do whatever, but it just doesn't feel like it's significant enough. And I feel like I definitely could be doing more. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm burning up because it's fucking hot as balls in this car. But at the end of the day, I'm doing what I need to do to stay healthy. And right now, staying healthy for the first time means sitting your fucking ass on your couch and having a bag of popcorn and just enjoy it. Just enjoy that. You know, it's just like, whatever is keeping you sane, whatever is keeping you comfortable, I think right now that's all that matters, because there's so much shit going on to add on top of that. It's not going to be good, and you're going to end up in this really, really unhealthy, even more unhealthy, like, cycle of guilt and feeling of failure and feeling of whatever, which leads to way more. It just keeps going deeper and deeper if you keep kind of, I don't want to say setting yourself up for failure, but it's very hard to stay consistent. Even though every day feels like the fucking same, it also feels like it could change in every, like, look how fast life changed for us in the last 2 months. I mean, completely fucking different. And it's like, okay, what are the next 2 months going to be? And if you start thinking about the future, you start having fucking break. Trust me, we all know. I don't feel like I'm just preaching in the choir here. But again, I know I sound like I'm beating a dead horse right now, but it's okay to not be okay right now. And I know that sounds so fucking like Tumblr 2010, but it's okay if you're struggling. Loosen up a little bit, lighten up a little bit. Just take it choice by choice. Find things that are gonna, I think right now, if you're seizing the opportunity to find things that work for you and find things that don't work for you, that's great. Just lighten the pressure. You know, you don't have to come out of this quarantine looking like, you know, the 2-week shred shit that I see all the time. And it's like, if you're doing that, that's great. It's probably a great workout. It's probably a killer workout. I've even looked into it and I was like, maybe 35 million views, like maybe I'll try it, like whatever. But I'm not going to expect to look like her by the end of it. You know what I mean? Like I have a realistic expectation, you know? I know my fupa is still going to be there by the end of it, no matter what. That's not going to go away with fucking 2 weeks. So it's just, you know, I understand where the pressure is, that you have all this time and you have all this. It's like, it's going to go to waste if you don't use it to fucking lose all this weight that you want to lose. But just lighten up. Just lighten up a bit. Loosen the pressure. If you gain a little bit more weight at the end of it, it's okay. It's okay. It can be lost. It can be lost. But those habits and those really unhealthy habits and those really I think I just had a fucking stroke. Those really unhealthy habits and that really unhealthy cycle is something that can get deeper and deeper and deeper and just make it worse and worse and worse. So once you lighten up and once you just kind of just free ball it, you know, whatever happens, I think that's, you know, and it's easier said than done, obviously, but, you know, just take it one step at a time and just really focus on, first and foremost, being healthy. First and foremost, you know, don't look at it as I need to do this to lose weight and I'm going to weigh myself 80 times a day. I mean, at the beginning of this, I was weighing myself like every 5 seconds. And I was like, stop fucking weighing. Like, I do weigh myself every morning. That is a habit that I won't break, but I feel like I've learned a lot. I don't know, I'm sweating. I need to get out of this car. I need to go for my walk. But again, I just hope you all are just staying sane. If you guys, you know, again, I'm trying to tread lightly. If you are doing that 2-week shred and you feel really good, that's great. But don't just, you know, like I see all this stuff about like lemon water and stuff like that on TikTok, and I'm like, that's great to like incorporate healthy things, but to think that it's going to be a cure-all, there is no cure-all. There is no magic pill. There is no magic food. There is no magic drink. Lemon water is great for your body. It's great for inflammation. I know all that shit, but it's not going to make you lose 45 pounds in a day. And some of these girls are saying these crazy things, and I'm just like, oh my God, stop. So anyway, please just stay healthy. Please just stay sane. And if you guys want me to make more videos that aren't weight loss related right now, because I really just, I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like, I don't want to talk about weight. Like, it just seems so trivial right now. But maybe just to help you keep your mind off things, because I've been relying so heavily on YouTube for entertainment. I did a movie review yesterday of Twilight, and I got a lot of responses from Instagram. I just did it on like Instagram stories. So maybe I could do that on here. I don't know how that works with like copyright or whatever, but I've been wanting to do like movie reviews of movies that I loved as a kid that I haven't watched as an adult, just to see like how fucking shit they were, because Twilight was literally like one of the worst movies I've seen in such a long time, and I thought it was cinematic fucking gold. Like, I thought it was Citizen Kane, who, bitch? Like, Twilight was the answer. So, and then I watched it last night, I was like, what the fuck was this shit? Like, so anyway, I'm gonna actually end the video now. So hope you all are staying safe, sane. Look how natural I am. My hair's not natural. I've been bleaching my hair, but anyway, I'm sweating my ass off. Have a good one. Stay safe. Talk to you later. Goodbye.